NASA recently has released the photos captured by James Webb Space Telescope. Now, there are many speculation in the media houses and social media websites that aliens have been found or a habitable planet has been found. So today we will discuss some of these speculations. But before we go forward, if you like our videos, please like and subscribe the channel Q-Tip for the future content. The telescope journey started right from 1609 when Galileo made his own telescope using concave and convex lens. Now, this one, the James Webb, is the most advanced version of any telescope that has been ever made on this planet and was placed in the Lagrange orbit, that is about 1.5 million kilometers away from the Earth's surface, which is done essentially for easy maneuvers of the telescope. If we compare orbit of Hubble with James Webb, it came out as a huge difference. The Hubble was placed in the orbit 540 kilometers above the surface of Earth and was in serviceable limits though, but James Webb is a different case. Now, what is a Lagrange orbit? So the Lagrange orbit is the point where the gravitational pull of two large masses is equal to centripetal force required for a small object to move, or in the other words, in this orbit the object remains stationary and allows for a satellite to stay in a place with relatively little motion or less motion and hence saves fuel. Now, the images released by NASA have some great revelations to it. We know that around 13.1 billion years ago, universe was created through a massive explosion called Big Bang, and the very first stars and galaxies were created 300 million years after the Big Bang. Because the light travels with the speed of 3 lakhs kilometers per second, so the light from a distant part of the universe will take a lot of time to reach Earth. For an example, sun photons takes around 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth's surface. When we see these distant stellar objects through a telescope, we view them in the future, or in the layman's language, the light that is emitted by these objects reaches us in the future. For an example, assume a star called Polaris. For a better understanding, that is placed 8 million light years away from the Earth. The light from such a star will take around 8 million years to reach Earth. With saying that, James Webb will not only work as a telescope but also as a time machine, because it will help to capture light from the very first stars and galaxies that were created after the Big Bang. The 6.5 meter massive 16 hexagonal primary mirror will help it to collect more photons than Hubble, which had single 2.5 meter primary optical mirror setup. So, James Webb in any case is the most powerful machine in the outer space that has been designed by humans. The recently released images of galaxy clusters that are named as SMA CS0723 by NASA was also being captured by the Hubble, the Planck and the Chandra telescope. The galaxy itself is about 5 billion light years away from Earth, and the images that has been captured by the James Webb seems to be 4.6 billion years old. The same time when our solar system were developed, the images are very detailed but in actual are distorted. The basic idea behind this is when light travel from one medium to another, it tends to bend due to the effect of refraction. This happens in space through gravitational force, due to which light when travel through space-time will tend to bend, and this specific phenomenon is also known as gravitational effect. The images that has been released by James Webb infrared camera are itself an engineering marvel. The images captured by James Webb uses color rendering method to display images in electromagnetic spectrum which are invisible to the eyes. So every color in these images has its own meaning. For example, the cosmic object evolved by cosmic dust appears red, and object rich in hydrocarbons and other chemical compounds appears green. So my friends, with this basic understanding, we can easily understand the science behind the galaxy SMA CS0723. The images Carrion Nebula or NGC 3324 shows giant interstellar cloud condensing for forming a new star is an active star forming region, meaning that a new star is forming, and this picture holds a million possibilities to our imagination. Southern Ring Nebula or NGC 3132 is also known as planetary nebula, though it's nothing to do with planets. They are gas cell formed from a set of dying stars. Their surface once expand and the core will contract, and again this phenomena will gain some leave of time to the star. This is also important to understand that these phases of life and death of a star supported the theories proposed in later decades with ultimate expansion of the universe. The picture Stephen Quintet is a cluster of 5 galaxies. 2 of them are in process of merging. Every star has its own source of energy, generally hydrogen and helium. When energy of such a star is exhausted, the life of the star also ends, leading to formation of black hole, neutron star or a white dwarf. Believe it or not, we know more about the planet and galaxies far away from us and very little to less about the orange fruit hanging the balance of our solar system called the Sun. Located around 1000 light years away is WASP 96b, is an exoplanet orbiting a star named WASP 96. Now, many media houses citing this discovery as a landmark and even citing the first step towards the search of aliens into single one. On assessing every situation, one could understand that our solar system with sun as a center of mass and energy has its life cycle, so it became inevitable for a life to search for another source, as the every system in the universe have its life cycle and one has to end. After all, a universe was created after a big bang, and so was our solar system. So was other galaxies. We evolved through time and evolving to this date, but I am sure we will able to locate those planets with life as us someday. But it could came as a shock for us because those life would be very different than our understanding. Hence, possibilities of reaching to another planet with life is very high. Putting resources and assets on such expedition will provide us an opportunity to understand the ever-expanding universe. The sky is full of mysteries and curiosities have no boundaries. So friends, with the words of wisdom, see you the next time. Hope you like the video. Till then, take care.